Make him earn that money. Have y'all liked and subscribed to the Geaux Rouge YouTube channel?
They're about to do it.
If you haven't, are we live? Yeah. If you haven't, or if you have because you're watching this, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I've got like 71 followers, which is it's a weak number. That's a weak number.
71K or
71.
Oh, just 71.
71 YouTube. It takes longer to build up the YouTube following than it did like the. Is sound working on it? You want to check the sound real fast? Yeah. Okay. So I'm standing next to Dr. G. I call her Dr. G.
You sure do.
Okay. Dr. Raina. Wave to everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
So she's going to be my first guest today, and then we're going to ease into the second half. This is episode 98. Two more episodes, and we hit 100.
Woo!
We're going to talk about health. We're going to talk about transformations. And most importantly, one of the biggest topics that's on my mind, Doc, is sustaining transformation. So for those who don't know, this lady fixed me. If I was a quote-unquote broken human being like 100 pounds ago, she fixed me. And so she texted me last week and said, dude, you got to get you a trainer or something because you're flabby. Like, this is the same woman who saw me wearing new pants that were like the thinnest pants I've ever worn. She goes, you got to get slimmer pants. I mean, you have no ass in those. I mean, just, yeah, it was
flabby ass.
But I needed that honesty. I needed that vulnerability moment from me. I mean, I cried a little bit. I cried a little bit, and so we're going to talk to her about some healthcare stuff, just about how life is. I want to talk about concierge medicine too.
Yeah,
I model my law practice now based on what you do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm a little bit more reasonable price, but kidding, I kid.
I need a kickback for the idea.
Actually, my clients would say I'm not reasonably priced. I'm a high-priced pony, dude. Let me share. We're sharing on Geaux Rouge's Facebook page right now. So
you're really multitasking.
I am. You need to be doing the same thing. So we're going to do a 2-minute intro as soon as Chuck's ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Hold on. Hey, what's up?
Having a party in here. What up, B? I love it.
What does B mean? So what is the Junior Achievement Tag? What's the Junior Achievement social media tag?
J.A. Baton Rouge.
J-A-B-R? Or is it Baton Rouge?
J.A. Baton Rouge.
Yep. Gunja.
G-U-N-J.
I got it. I got you, dude. I already got you. It'll come up.
And I don't know my Dr. Rhino thing.
Well, it comes up on the other one as... So 225 gives.
After the basketball game, it was static. So I hit Bo. I'm like, hey, man, I think talk is off because you have
Then Dr. G. Let's call you Dr. G.
Okay.
Okay, you are now, we're sharing you on, we've shared you on Facebook. So I'm going to flip back over. Hold on. Chuck, do you know Dr. G?
No. We just met.
Yeah, we just met.
We exchanged some words.
She's the crazy lady that got me out. She's crazy lady that got me on the 3 weeks of the potato fast.
I thought you did it longer.
I did it. I love potatoes.
That created a lot of controversy on social media.
Yeah, no shit.
We stirred.
Oh my God, he's eating nothing but potatoes.
Kevin Smith did that when he
Correct. Yes.
Because was it Penn Jillette wrote a book about it?
Yeah. Okay. So you're familiar with.
Well, he
it.
still now Penn still does nothing but potatoes. Yeah. So his maintenance is he does nothing but potatoes all day long.
I need to do that.
It actually once you figure out the life hacks. Once you figure out some of the life hacks of how you cook the potatoes without using butter and oil,
What kind of air fryer is this?
Well, perfect.
you need a non-stick air fryer. If you get,
yeah, Franz has all the details. I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna write a book on potato life.
I mean, he would go to Whole Foods and buy purple potatoes.
Dude, the best was she would let me. She would
Japanese. What was it?
She would let me eat sweet potatoes, and if you caramelize,
yeah,
you just cut the potato in half and cook it in the oven. It will caramelize. And in fact, I was like, is it okay for me to eat this? And she goes, knock yourself out.
Yep.
The truth is you can only eat so many potatoes before you're like.
You'll be like, I'm done. I can't. You need to start today.
Dude, she can fix you. Not that you're broken. You're not broken. I'm a little dead inside. We haven't even gotten to like the psychological. She doesn't do that expertise. Oh, by the way.
Mental health?
I do mental health.
Yeah.
By the way, my endocrinologist at a clinic that we will not name on the radio, retired. So I need a new you or whoever my endocrinologist.
When was the last time you went to your endocrinologist?
I don't even remember.
You haven't been there.
It's because she
in a year.
checks my A1C.
Yeah.
She is going to be checking my
You
A1C.
do not need an endocrinologist. In fact, your endocrinologist would be proud of the success
Okay,
that
so
we've had together.
here's the big question.
You're not going anywhere else.
I was getting some beauty work done yesterday. I'm not going to talk about it. I know how you feel.
No,
I want to get the earwax out of my ears because I feel like I have way more earwax, and I've been told the only person that can do that is an ENT.
No, we can suck it out.
You can suck it out?
We can suck it out.
So can I do that when I come in?
Absolutely. I don't do it. Claire will do it. My nurse will do it.
She's the best. Well,
So
I don't need
one-stop
you to
shop.
do it. I
Yeah.
don't care who does it.
And look, earwax is not bad for you.
Well, yeah, but when you pull out your ear, but when you pull out the earbuds and it's like it's gross.
slimy?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, and then
All
you
right.
got something over the counter.
So y'all want to kick this off? This is how it is, Michelle. Michelle Carbo from Junior.
For a while, and then the show started.
Yeah. So it's super laid back.
Yeah, it's easy.
Super laid back. It's easy. Ethan's gonna host the show. It's gonna be great. All right. So we're gonna do a 2-minute. So we're gonna be quiet, and that's tough. We're gonna be quiet,
I'm gonna kill the mics when the music's.
and then he's gonna point, and I'll do the intro.
No. And I just stand here.
You stand there and look pretty.
And where do I look? There?
This is the camera.
Okay.
There.
So when I talk, I look there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can look at Franz. It doesn't matter.
All right, welcome to the Geaux Rouge Radio Show, special edition this week. If you're listening on Talk 107.3, you're listening at the normal time, but if you're listening during the week, we're going to record today, Tuesday, instead of Friday. Reason being is I have a law conference in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and so I won't be able to record on Friday. Every once in a while, my day job gets in the way of my radio time. It's baffling. It's baffling. So we have episode 98 for you guys this week. This episode, we're going to have, in the second half of the show, we're going to have the folks from 225 Gives, as well as our friends at Junior Achievement Baton Rouge. We're going to be talking across the board, 225 Gives. Great initiative that's going to be coming up soon. In our first half, you've maybe heard me talk about her before. In our first half, we're going to have Dr. G on, Dr. Gunjan Reyna. It's Reyna, right?
Reyna.
Not Reyna.
Reyna.
Not.
Reyna.
It's
Gunjan.
Reyna. Reyna.
Gunjan.
Rhino.
Right, Reyna.
Why do you always let me say Reyna then?
I
Why don't you correct me?
It's too much work. I'm already
Okay,
working on
Dr.
it.
Reyna is in the studio. She's normally, we just talk about her every week because she is one of the show sponsors.
Yep.
With MD VIP Heal 360, we're going to talk a little bit about healthy lifestyles. I have reaped the benefits of your expertise.
You have.
And when people ask me, because everybody wants to know, how did you do it, right? You lose a bunch of weight. How'd you do it? I'm past the weight conversation. I'm into the conversation about how do I sustain this? How do I keep the weight off? How do I go next level healthy lifestyle? So we're going to talk about that with you. We're going to talk about concierge medicine.
Yeah.
Because that's a phrase that not everybody understands what it is. And so I figured we should have you in.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get this woman on the show now since February.
Yeah,
Chuck.
February.
She's like busy. I'm a doctor.
I've got patients
I'm a
scheduled.
doctor.
I've got patients
I get a
scheduled.
lot of phone
She's kind of
calls.
important, Franz.
I mean,
what are you going to do?
So before we jump into the show, we're going to thank our show sponsors. These are the men and women, the businesses that make the show possible. La Divina Italian Cafe. La Divina serving select wines, ice cold beer, plus are you sitting down? Their exclusive sorbet mimosa.
Oh, that's new.
Chuck P just made a face. Chuck P is standing in right now for Brian Howday.
I never heard of that before.
Dude,
Sorbet
it's
mimosa.
a mimosa with sorbet.
Frozen.
Obviously.
I mean, I don't, as you know, I don't drink anymore, but I've watched this thing come across the counter. It's impressive. Dude, they make every single breakfast from scratch every single day. They have great food. They also have live music. Definitely want to check out La Divina Italian Cafe, one of the founding sponsors of the Geaux Rouge show. The Borkart Law Firm, the finest criminal defense firm in the multiverse. You know, if you're gonna get arrested, and I hope that you never get arrested. If you're gonna get arrested,
Call me.
call me. I'm kind of a big deal in the criminal defense world.
So instead of the TVA, you're the BLF.
I'm just saying I've been known to do things in the criminal defense world. And last but not least, Dr. G. Dr. G is our sponsor as well with MD VIP at Heal360. You go to www.drwrittenout.drrina.com. drrina.com. Listen, Chuck, I'm telling you, dude, this crazy lady texts me on a weekly basis to see how I'm doing.
Call her
Oh,
crazy
we
lady?
both. Hold on, we're both crazy.
Yeah, we're both crazy.
We're both crazy.
We're all a
I
little
lead
crazy.
into my crazy, so she'll text me like it'll be stuff like, "Hey, I saw that social media post you had. Is that on your diet? What you were eating there?"
Or like screenshot and like
Or
circle
it's a screenshot and circle it.
it.
Now, what is really cool, and we're going to talk about this, is if I'm on vacation somewhere, if I'm on a conference,
Right.
I will take a picture of a menu and say, "What can I eat?"
Yep. Circle it back.
And she will.
That's smart.
She'll
Yeah.
send it to
Smart.
me, and she'll modify certain things. So we're gonna jump in there. But look, okay, so we're already there. All right, so you've been working with me since the days of Beverly Brooks Thompson. So Beverly Brooks Thompson, one of our favorite guests of the show. I
yeah.
run into her. She looks amazing. Looks like a fantastic, inside and out, great human being. I asked her, how'd you do it? Because I wanted to know.
Yeah.
What's the quick fix? What's the secret? And she said, you need to talk to my doctor. Then I hear from you that when you met Beverly, you looked at her and said, and I quote, I can fix this.
I did the up and down.
The up and down. She did this to me too. Yeah. She can fix this. And so from there, what happened was, and this was February. We've been seeing for almost a year now.
You're almost a year. One-year anniversary coming up.
So I go in and see you about once a month. Mm-hmm. We talk on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
I love it. I love this form of medicine. I can never, and I'm not just saying this because you're here, I could never go back
to traditional
care. It just doesn't, like the idea of not being able to talk to my doctor or my doctor's staff. True story. I get a text message from my doctor, Dr. G. Hey, you going to get a booster shot? And my response, hey, do I need a booster shot? And she goes, yeah, come into the office tomorrow. And I got my booster shot.
It's simple.
I'm sitting there talking to her staff, and I'm like, hey, I'm worried about this booster shot. What do I need to do? And you're like, take some Tylenol.
Take some Advil.
Advil. Yeah, Advil.
Advil or Tylenol.
All right. So walk me through. You look, everybody I know who I've met who knows you, loves you.
Thank you.
A lot of people knew you before you went concierge.
Right.
And they're like, oh, we love her.
Didn't sign up with the program.
Well, we're working on that.
Yeah.
So talk to me about what made you go from, first of all, what is concierge medicine? And then what made you go from what you were doing before to this new model?
Okay. So first of all, I was like a normal family doctor seeing, 20, 25 patients a day. Loved what I did, so it wasn't that I was burnt out. What I missed was the relationship that I didn't have with my patients anymore, right? Mm-hmm. So I remember this key moment. I had a female patient and had lost her husband, but my nurse practitioner ended up seeing her. 6 months later, she comes back to me for a diabetic check or whatever, and she's like, did they tell you that my husband died? And I was just devastated. Like, my mouth just dropped. I was like, this is shitty care. Oh.
Bad care. It's okay.
And
After last week's radio performance, I'm probably not going to have a radio show much longer
I will
anyway.
pay for that. Okay.
All right, so this is bad care. This is bad care.
Yeah, it was bad care, and that's when I said, I can't do this. I was so humiliated. I was so sad. I felt sad that I wasn't there for her. And, the nurse practitioner probably just forgot. I mean, nurse practitioners are busy, too. They're seeing 15, 20 patients a day, too. So I was like, I just decided to quit medicine. I was like, I'm just going to sit home for a month and do, like, a sabbatical or something to figure out what can I do next. And then this came up where you still get to practice really in-depth medicine. The only difference is you're not taking care of thousands of patients.
Right.
So like an average family doctor has anywhere from 3 to 6 to 10,000 patients.
How does that work?
I don't know, but it's also because these doctors have been in practice for a long time, right? And then we have mid-levels that are there to help the doctor, nurse practitioners, PAs, physician's assistants. So that's helpful, but I'm a very,
You're hands-on.
Absolutely.
Let's just
old
call
school.
it. You're old school. You're hands-on.
Old
you like
school.
getting into people's business.
I do.
Your patient's business.
Yeah, like when mom and dad were sick, the doctor would come with a black bag to the bedside.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about that. I want you to know the crazy stuff that's going on in my life, because how else do you treat me?
I have to be involved.
Right.
I always tell my patients, like, most Americans have a better relationship with their hairdresser.
Well, not I. But.
Yeah, not you. Hairdresser than they do with their own family doctor. I mean, you get your engine light checked, you get your oil changed, right? You go to the dentist every 6 months.
So I got to tell a funny story, since I have you here and since you're live. So Chuck, fell out of my bathtub.
Oh.
Landed on my rib cage.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever landed on your rib cage
I
before.
have. Yes. It's not
So
fun.
I'm like on the ground.
And you weren't under the influence of
I was
alcohol.
not. I was
This is
stone
sober.
just being
cold
clumsy.
sober.
Just being
Stone-
clumsy.
clumsy, stone cold sober. Mini Schnauzer runs in, smells me. You're still alive. She runs out. I get up. I'm like almost in tears. I'm a baby.
It was a Saturday.
I text her and say, "Oh my God,
I've fallen and I can't get up." Is that
Fallen.
what you-
I landed on my rib cage." I'm like, do I need to go to the emergency room? And she basically is like, suck it up,
Buttercup.
Buttercup.
Wow.
I did add that.
She, to her credit, she followed up with, so if you cracked your ribs, you'd know,
Yeah.
and you probably didn't. If you punctured a lung, you'd know.
Yeah.
You probably didn't. If it's just bruised, there is literally nothing you can do, whether it's bruised or cracked.
Nope.
Time. Healing.
I then asked, can I wrap it? And she goes, you don't want to do that. Okay, and this was when I was first starting to run too. And so she was like, take some Advil. And in fact, she put me on Advil.
And I think it was a Friday, and it saved you a trip to the urgent care.
Can you imagine
Like-
how miserable I would have been sitting for hours in an ER or urgent care
Spending money you didn't
unnecessary.
need to.
just to be told,
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing we could do. Go home and take some aspirin. You'll be
Right.
fine.
And follow up with
Right.
your primary care
Right.
next week.
Yeah.
Now, in the same breath, if my son has any issues, I can text her and say, hey,
Right.
Fisher's
That's
making
great.
noises.
Yeah. Sometimes they come in to be evaluated.
So it is to me the value. Now look, let's not mince words. It is a next level service. It is
Right.
not cost prohibitive. It just means that you're paying a premium service fee to make her available. Just like, and that's why I model my law practice off the same concept. Is I'd rather work harder for less clients and
Correct.
give them more attention than just be a puppy mill.
Yeah.
And in my industry, a puppy mill means if I had 1,000 clients, yeah, I'm making hand over fist money.
Yeah,
But like,
but
how
it's
much
not-
TLC am I really giving those clients? You know, I want my doctor to be as nosy as, hey, dude, I just saw what you cooked,
Yeah,
and I
not
noticed
impressed.
there's some shiny on there. You've been using some oil and butter.
We've done that too.
You have called
called
me
me
out.
out. Yeah, you remember
But it's
a
not
lot.
just me. She does it to everybody too.
Right.
So our journey works like this. You stop me at any point. I schedule a time once a month to come in and see you. You
Right.
check my vitals, you check my weight, you check my blood work. I am type 2 diabetic, but how do you put it? I'm no longer.
So you work a controlled type 2 diabetic
Right.
because you've lost so much weight. You're so mindful about what you're
Yeah.
eating.
So I'm on a fraction of the medicines I
Right.
was before.
Right, including your other stuff.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
dropped
yeah.
that stuff
yeah,
down
yeah.
too.
I'll go out. I'll lean into it. I was on anxiety medicine because I was a little high strung.
Really?
I was
You?
like,
No.
yeah. I was a little anxious. I'm serious. Like I take a fraction of the anxiety medicine, and in fact, one of the conversations we're gonna have this week is I'm probably not
Get
gonna
off
be-
of it.
Yeah, get off of it.
And then your blood pressure dropped.
Blood pressure had to get off the blood pressure
'Cause you were
medicine
dizzy.
because I was getting reverse low blood pressure
Yeah,
instead
so
of
we like took that
yeah.
out.
So where I am now in my health journey is I've lost all this weight.
You've lost weight, now you're flabby.
And I'm a little flabby.
Yeah.
I'm not just a little flabby.
Yeah,
I've
we're gonna
got
tone
I've
it-
got flabby dad bod. Before I was fat dad bod. And then I was
It's a different level.
Like, and I don't want to be. And look, I'm just going to call it like I sees it. I don't want people to be like, "Are you sick, Franz?"
Right.
Like-
Because that happens sometimes.
Right.
I mean, when there's such a drastic
Yeah.
weight loss
They're
and
like,
you
"Are
look
you-
like a totally
Yeah.
different person.
Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
So the best part was we were at a ball together. We're at the best, not together. She was with her
She was-
husband.
yes.
I was
I was
with
with my
some-
man.
That's how rumors get
So
started.
we
You gotta watch.
we had a big group. We were eating dinner. I went to use the bathroom, and I'm convinced they had a conversation about me while I was gone about the need to start toning up.
No.
Because as soon as I get home the next day, hey, we need to start toning up. So, and I
was
do need to start toning up. I do need
Yeah,
to start
for
building
sure.
muscle. I have walked and run, although I haven't walked and run in a while.
Yeah, you
and
slowed
I've got
down.
I've got some 5Ks coming up too, which is going to be miserable. But you know what? Suck it up, Buttercup.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can walk a 5K without any issues now.
Yeah.
Which is something I
great.
used to not be able to do. I can run it, and it's not going to be pretty, but I put myself in this boat because I haven't been training.
Yeah.
But my point is I want to get to the point where now it's not just diet alone. It's not, and I hate that word diet.
No, it's your lifestyle. We've
It's a
talked about this.
healthy lifestyle. I went to lunch today with two of my mentors who are lawyers, and I had a delightful salad. The salad I had actually had some fried green tomatoes in it. Took the fried green tomatoes out. Didn't want them.
Right.
Ate the salad. Ate the shrimp. It's figuring out what can I eat, where can I eat it.
And you were good. You don't feel
Now
deprived.
another accountability, since we're having an honest conversation here,
Yeah.
right?
Always.
She calls me out on the horrible food I give my son. because she
Yeah,
sees the
Fisher,
horrible.
you know,
Poor Fisher is eating like Chuck P, man.
No, because you have to remember, like,
Don't eat
what's-
like me. It's not. I don't advise it for anyone.
Well, Chuck, you're starting the potato diet tomorrow. You agreed to this off air.
No, I said I'd start it.
It
I didn't
actually.
say when I'd
so
start
so
it.
can we talk? Can we devote? How much time we got, Chuck? Because I want to devote some time to the potato fast.
You got about 7 minutes.
So can we talk about the potato
Yeah.
thing? Because there's a lot of misunderstanding there.
Yep.
It is not. While you could eat nothing but potatoes, you could do
live.
that, and it is a superfood.
It is a superfood. It's a
So
complete.
for 2 to 3 weeks, she started me on a potato fast. I call it potato fast. It's really a forks over knives.
Well, to refresh your memory, I put you on the potato diet for 2 weeks, and then you begged to stay on.
That's true. True that.
He
Because I
begged
like
me.
potato.
Yeah.
I was on keto before. What was a potato? I didn't know what potatoes.
Yeah.
When you got to pretend like cauliflower is a potato, life's sad,
Yeah.
folks.
it's not good.
You're
So,
content after
so
eating
for
a
2
potato.
weeks, I could do as many potatoes as I wanted, as long as 1, no butter, 2, no oil. So I
What
could
about
air
like a spray?
No.
Nope.
No, not
Trash
even that.
can.
Nope.
Okay.
Trash
No.
can.
Okay.
I could do any seasoning I wanted.
Dry
However,
herbs.
Salt, pepper.
Salt,
yeah.
pepper,
garlic.
However, the
Salt.
understanding was if you load up with a bunch of salt, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Right. So what I did was I had to figure out. Okay, I had a dinky air fryer. If you've got a good air fryer,
Yeah.
folks, you're not no problem. I was eating all sorts of great potatoes. I could do sweet potatoes. I
with
could do
cinnamon on them. I mean,
yeah,
you
yeah,
could-
yeah. I mean, you could do dry stuff. And then it was figuring out how's the best way of doing these potatoes. By the end of okay, and it's as many potatoes as you want.
Yeah, it's
That-
like up to 10 pounds of potatoes
yeah,
a day.
But here's the kicker.
Done.
Here's the kicker.
Yeah.
Challenge
You
accepted.
say that, but the
love
reality is your body can only handle
Yeah.
so many potatoes before you're like, I can't eat anymore.
And you're full. You're,
You're full.
satisfied, and you've
Yeah.
eaten carbs.
From there, she transitioned me to a healthy lifestyle called Forks Over Knives,
Mm-hmm.
which gave me she gave me a list. You can do this. It's like a better version of Weight Watchers. So I had a certain amount of shrimp I could do. I could
Right.
have a certain amount of vegetables. I could do 1 banana. I could do 1 apple. There was a shake we incorporated.
Shake, 6 grapes.
Yeah. So by the way, the shakes, it's a meal. It is
Oh, yeah, that
literally a
fills
meal.
you up.
Then we tinkered with intermittent fasting.
Yep, we did that.
So
for
we
a
do
while.
all sorts of different things. Now
And it's
get-
different for everyone.
Yeah.
Friends.
So there were days, Doc, where I would look at her and say, "You're just making this stuff up as you go along."
You sure did. You
And
called me
she
out.
and she laughed and she goes, "Well, I am, but to be fair, I got to figure out. I got to figure out what works for you."
Yes.
Everyone's different. Like
Right.
you can't practice buffet style medicine on every patient.
Buffet. Wait,
I
did you say
like
buffet?
that. Buffet style medicine. Wow.
Seriously.
Buffets.
It's-
Okay, so if I'm interested in giving this a whirl, trying this out,
Yep.
what should I do?
Go online, look us up.
drrina.com. So, how does it walk me through how new patients go through?
So most patients, look us up online. There's reviews online. You get to see the pricing of the program because it is an additional fee on
Mm-hmm. Right.
top of your insurance.
right?
And then most patients call the office and schedule a little thing called meet and greet where you come in, you sit down and chat with me just to see if we both are a good fit for each other. Because a lot of times, you may not like the person you're about to get into a PCP relationship with. So,
PCP.
primary care physician.
That's right. Now I'm going to jump in here. Now we talked about this before we went on. She is not just doing primary care for me though. So as a type 2 diabetic,
I've taken over your endocrinologist
Yeah,
role, and you
she-
no
Oh,
longer
wow.
need to.
Okay.
so
I
I'm
mean, when was the last time you went to your endo?
I don't even remember.
You're supposed to show up there every 3 months.
Now, the other side of this is if there is a specialist that you are seeing,
Yeah.
one of the best things is she actually communicates with the expert.
Yes, which
So-
is awesome.
So
Because we need them.
So versus an expert that is in the same space as your doctor. I'm not naming any clinics, not naming any names.
Don't call anybody out.
I'm not calling anybody out. I've had situations where all my doctors are all in the same building and they're not talking. And they have a computer system that allows them to talk and they're not talking.
Yeah.
This crazy lady
They don't have time.
will talk to my doctors and figure out what I need to do. And the beauty is we discuss things. Like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? Now, sometimes she just tells me, this is what you're doing.
Yeah, but it should be open. This is about your health. It's not my health.
Right.
It has to be a
Right.
two-way
I do
communication.
enjoy watching her social media posts sometimes where she's eating garbage and being like,
Yeah, I am.
and she's like,
She can do that.
well, she can't, with all due respect, she looks the way she looks. I look the way I look. But I will eventually, no, I never look that. But point being, now
That would be
He's getting-
I
weird.
did meet your husband.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Angel.
That guy's a saint.
He's a saint. He really is.
Oh, my God, he's a saint. It explains so much. So you're juggling. Now, look, what this also probably allowed you to do, and I see this in my own life, this concierge service, it allowed you to probably have more time with your family.
It does.
Yeah.
'Cause I get to switch my schedule around based
Right.
on kids. You know, I have a
Right.
10 and 12-year-old.
And all joking aside,
That's important.
Yeah, I will tell you, the most important part of my life right now is my 6-year-old.
Yep.
And one of the reasons I'm on this health train is
You need to be around for Fisher.
I want to be around as long. Look, let's not mince words. If I continued down the road I was on before,
Yeah. Oh.
I saw myself having what they call a coronary event in my late 40s, early 40s.
Silent MI.
Yeah.
Silent heart attack for
Yeah.
diabetics.
So my old doctor, who
Black
remained-
Widow.
Yeah, the old
Yep.
doctor said to me when I was maybe 3 years ago. My old doctor at the clinic that we will not name said, "So listen, I don't know how to ask you this. You're probably going to be dead in 2 years based on your kidneys.
Yeah.
Have you gotten your affairs in order?"
I mean,
God knows where I'd be. Now look, I
That's
still
scary.
have. Yeah, it's scary. His bedside manner didn't leave much. Now she could say something like that to me, and I would probably.
because I smile.
I would take it. She's fine. Yeah.
So you're gonna die,
yeah.
but she's
so,
got a big grin on her
So
face.
I do want to brag about the fact that one of the things I also love about your office is I communicate on a first name basis with your staff.
Right.
They
Fancy
know who I
Jody,
am.
Claire,
Yeah. They.
Tanisha.
Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. Okay, so reach out, do an initial screening, like
yeah.
meet with
Meet
you.
and greet. Come
Yeah.
in, check it out, see
And-
if it's a good fit.
And by the way, so the other question I get asked about is after the initial service, the fee, well, how much money are you spending? It's all copay.
Yeah.
I'm paying my copays.
That's about
And-
it.
and
there's
let-
no surprises in the bill.
Right.
There's
And
no,
lest we forget the 7 or 8 pharmaceutical prescriptions I was on.
Oh, wow.
I'm not spending that money. And my favorite Dr. G story is she put me on a medicine
oh yeah.
that was like, what, $500?
Yeah.
And she goes, "You're not paying $500.
I wouldn't pay $500. I don't want my patients to pay
So
that
she
kind of
sent
money.
me a coupon. I'd never had a doctor that took
I just
the
texted
5
him a copay
minutes.
card.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never had a doctor that took
Like,
the
use
initiative
this.
that said, "Here, use this." Went from $500 to $25.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
It took me 2 seconds to do that.
And I'm
but it
looking
goes
at her
a long
like,
way.
and
Yeah,
she's like,
for
"You
sure.
don't always use coupons, Franz?" And I'm like, "What's it? Wait, coupons? Wait, what?"
Now I've had like the little samples when I
No.
was going to doctor.
No, but there's
this is
copay cards. I mean, it's just about educating your patient,
So
like
I have
taking
you.
time.
We're
Yeah.
about to hit our first break. So
All right,
I
sounds good.
I have you on the show today because one, I am grateful. We're going to talk about sustaining next time. Next time I get you on,
All
we're
right,
gonna talk
I'll
about-
be
I
here.
did most of the talking.
Really?
Because I'm a
Did you?
talker. I am.
shocker.
But you're gonna
Shocker.
look. One of the things we're gonna talk about when I see you this week is the next phase, right? The how
Phase.
do I leave? How do I take my next step? How do I maintain? How do I get next level healthy? How do I beat Brian Haldane again in a competition? Maybe one day I'll get the belt.
We'll get Brian on that potato diet too.
Dude, Brian
He's
needs to
gonna
go
come
on
back
some
and
kind
get
of
you.
potato diet. All right, so we're going to hit our first break. You've been listening to the Geaux Rouge Show, episode 98. Dr. G in the house, Dr. Rina,
you.
www.drrina.com. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. I
Awesome,
know
I had
you're
fun.
busy. I will see you Thursday.
All right,
All right,
see you
let's
then.
take our break. We'll be right back.
All right.
All right,
That
so
was the-
Mary Bird Perkins, Chuck P., what's going on with that beard?
So I'm part of the Go Grizzly fundraiser for Mary Bird Perkins. We're trying to raise money. It's me and 8 other guys. We're each trying to raise $2,500 for Mary Bird Perkins.
Saw Jeff Conaway's in the mix. On
Jeff
this.
Conway's in the
Yes?
mix.
Oh, yeah.
Rick Patel from Mid-Tap's in there. Joe Martin from Go 6 Media. Like, there's a lot of people in there. I'm trying to beat them.
How can we support you, and where do the proceeds go?
The proceeds go to Mary Bird Perkins. You can go to, I'll bring up the
It's okay.
link address, and I can tell everybody. I'm trying to blow that $2,500 total out of the water because I want to. I'm doing this for 2 people that we work with here. Well, that are employees of Guarantee Media, Lori Klug and James Gilmore in their battle
Cancer
with cancer.
survivor,
So
right?
yeah, so I'm dealing. I'm trying to raise money for them. But if you go to justgiving.com, and you'll see on the page for the Go Grizzly campaign all the guys that are on there to donate to. But find me, Charles Pierce. That's everybody calls me Chuck P. But the red beard isn't in my picture. The red beard I did afterwards because
Well,
a lot
be on that video. Right
yeah, a lot of the people in there don't have facial hair, or some have very little facial hair.
Or like me, can't grow majestic facial
Yes.
hair. This is sad.
Yeah.
Look at this. Sad.
It is sad.
No Shave November.
How old are you?
42.
Okay. So I decided to go crazy and dye my beard red to get more attention.
You know what? It's beautiful. Thank you for doing what you're doing. We will have you back on the show. When does your initiative end?
The end of the month, November 30th.
We're going to have you on again, man.
Cool.
All right. God bless. Thank you.
sir.
All right. So, Michelle Carbo, Ethan Bush, come on down. Come on, Michelle.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
So,
Okay.
check. Is this on? Take your time. Take a deep breath. So, for those who don't know, this is Michelle Carbo from Junior Achievement. I love Junior Achievement. I got a special place in my heart for Junior Achievement. I want to start a wing of Junior Achievement for young attorneys. It's specifically young criminal defense attorneys. How to do your own like law practice and all that. We'll talk. And then one of my favorite people, Ethan Bush. You're working with 225 Gibbs.
I am.
Second time you've been on the show. Actually, you've been on the show a few times.
I think a few times before
Yeah.
with Mary
Yeah.
Bird, who we just talked about.
Yeah.
And, the healthcare stuff. And then,
So best part about 225 Gibbs is there are so many different ways and different entities and organizations you guys are connected with. So we're going to jump in the second segment. We're going to do the intro, and then we're going to talk about 225 Gibbs, and then specifically we're going to talk about Junior Achievement. You got some stuff coming up, huh?
We do.
Awesome. All right, is she in the camera foot frame, or do we need to move her over? So Leighton Carbo is one of my favorite human beings. Leighton has been a very good friend of mine. Has been there when I've absolutely needed good friends. So shout out to Leighton, your cousin. I didn't know if you were his wife or what it was, and then because I'm such good friends with him, I've never met his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I have met his wife, but
Just saying. Stretch cousins, second.
That's
third.
okay.
Yeah.
she's good.
She's
Baton Rouge
fine.
General. Baton Rouge General.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. And like, if you saw her, like, she will straight up be like, Franz, I saw what you ate for lunch yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to die? I mean, it's like, but it's like joking, but like not
But
joking.
there's a
Yeah.
seriousness to her,
Yeah.
her
So,
approach.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Her staff were the ones that got me to wear pants that actually fit my body.
Good.
I was wearing pants that were not. I thought that slim and skinny were the same thing. Slim, I'm okay with. Skinny, that's not me. And so her staff was like, "Look, you look great. You look fantastic. We got to get you into something a little bit more slim and cut because you're doing all this work and you just look like you're soggy bottom pants." So, ready?
Yep. Stand by.
Welcome back to the second segment of the Geaux Rouge radio show. This is episode 98. You're listening to host Franz Borkhardt. Brian Haldane is taking over Chuck P on Master Controls. Brian, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you?
All right, dude, we're about to transition. I'm excited. We're about to transition. We talked
Are
about
we?
health. Well, not transition in like the...
Okay.
Dude, I've already in trouble for last week's. You know, I tried...
What, you got
somebody
trouble
tried
for
to
last week?
cancel me because I had Bill and Kevin on last week. Apparently, Kevin maybe made a statement in his past.
Yeah, I was privy to this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, So
Yeah.
canceling me is like no challenge. That's low hanging fruit.
I mean, really, that's like maybe the 8th lowest thing on the list.
Right. You need to
In
go
the
big.
last
If you
month.
want to scalp, you got to go much higher than Franz Borkhardt. So we're going to transition today from healthcare to volunteer and giving back, and I can't think of a better topic to do that than at 225 Gibbs. And so I invited Ethan Bush. I did invite Dave, but Dave's on the road. So Dave Beach is on the road. Short notice. Thank you for doing short notice. For those who are listening now, Tuesday is not normally when we record. Normally we record on Fridays. However, I'm going to a conference in Santa Fe for the Trial Lawyers College, and so that required me to get on the Baton Rouge flight a little early. Shout out to the Baton Rouge airport, by the way. Who doesn't like rolling into that airport maybe 30 minutes before your plane, and just kind of, going through security, kind of just, hopping on the plane. Now, you got to stop other places, right? You don't have a lot of direct flights. But anyways, so I've got Ethan and Michelle Carbo. Michelle is with Junior Achievement Baton Rouge. We've had Junior Achievement Baton Rouge on before, too. Shout out to Paula. So we're going to jump right into you guys, but first we got to thank our show sponsors. These are the businesses that make the Geaux Rouge show possible. I need to be hitting up 225 gives. I mean, we're not really a 501c3, but you guys could finance the entire show for a year. I mean, you could do that. You could do that.
Or you could raise. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I could raise money, and then
raise
you
money.
can finance back
That's
on a Friday.
right.
We could get into a conversation about how foundations work and how you can use foundation money in a legal way to. It's great stuff.
Do not put them to sleep with that conversation.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Come
That's
on.
not my area of law. I represent folks that have broken the law and tried to skirt the law. Speaking of the Borkart Law Firm, the finest criminal defense firm in the universe, multiverse,
Did he just admit every client's
No,
guilt?
no, no,
And
no,
what-
no, no,
I
no, 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 no,
represent
no.
folks who have broken the law.
or accused of breaking the law. So
Or
once they hire me,
skirted the law, I think I
once
heard.
they hire me,
Brian.
though, they're innocent in a way that innocent has. I mean, historically, the history of the word innocence, we're redefining it. So, Borkart Law Firm, www.borkartlawfirm.com. All joking aside, that law firm, that criminal defense firm, is my day job. That's how I pay the bills. Happy to service the state of Louisiana in both state, federal court, as well as municipal. I do a lot of federal stuff, a lot of state court stuff, and it's a wide mix of like white collar, murder, you name it. I don't murder. I represent folks accused of murder. Former prosecutor, too, by the way. Anyways, so Borkart Law Firm. We got La Divina Italian Cafe open every day with a custom made from scratch breakfast. And last but not least, our first guest of the show, Dr. G, Dr. Gunja Raina. I love that lady. She's good for people. One day when I make it to my 70s or 80s, knock on wood, I'll have to tell my son that the only reason I made it that far is because that woman saved my life. So that is the show package of show sponsors, but let's jump on in. Okay, so Ethan, 225 Gibbs.
225 gives. You're two.
This is the second roll around with 225 Gibbs,
That's right.
which excites me because you guys unpacked this kind of during the pandemic a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
so walk us through what is 225 Gibbs.
Yeah, so we're in our second year. I'm privileged to be a part of the team. 225 Gives this year is hosted solely by Capital Area United Way.
Right.
However, we still have our partners like the Wilson Foundation and Baton Rouge Area Foundation, Pennington, lots of other corporate sponsors, and we can talk a little bit about how that works. But this day was really created and came out of the pandemic as a way to really energize philanthropy across the community for a lot of nonprofits at the same time who had a really tough year in 2020.
Right.
And then it launched them into 2021. It's the first community-wide day of giving that we've had in the capital region. There are other giving days like this across the country, but we didn't have one here. And so a lot of partners came together to bring that to the table. And we're excited to say that we had an incredible year last year, raised nearly $3 million. We didn't. The nonprofits did. Right. We put energy behind it and support behind it. But they collectively, for one day, through 24 hours of giving, generated almost $3 million to their mission.
So what I love about this is, number one, you guys are helping give awareness about a lot of different charities in a singular space. And I say that because, look, I like to raise money for charity. I'm not great at it, but I like to do it. And most
You're better than most.
I do okay. But most of the charity work I do is visibly cancer charity fundraising. But there are a lot of charity. If somebody asked me, in fact, Stephanie Posa, shout out to Stephanie Posa, asked me, name me your favorite charity that's not cancer. Because she's thinking about doing some new stuff. And I said, I got to be honest with you. It's kids. It has to be kids related. It's Junior Achievement of Baton Rouge. I mentioned CASA. I mentioned a few. I said, but those are organizations. You guys do a great job, Michelle. But those are organizations. It's more problematic. Problematic's not the right word. Strike that. It is not as easy as like the big moniker of cancer. Like cancer fundraising, that sells itself, man.
Sure.
I mean, we have giant balls where we raise millions of dollars for that. So the fact that you're giving awareness and spotlights on a lot of different charities in a singular space where people can say, hey, I didn't know about Junior Achievement of Baton Rouge, or I didn't know about the United Way and what they're really doing. So that, to me, number one, is an amazing thing. But the fact that you're also helping to raise all this money that is going to go back into our community to help people, amazing. Great stuff. Great stuff. So what's on tap for this year?
Yeah. So, this year in our second year, and I'll say this briefly, Franz, last year we had 12 weeks to pull this thing off. When the idea came together,
It wasn't rushed, but
it wasn't rushed, but it was
12
definitely like,
weeks.
oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Well, we had a full year to learn from that. We put a nonprofit advisory group together that gave us guidance on some of the things that needed to, you learn from a coach, right? You learn the most from week 1 to week 2 in a season.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we learned the most from year 1 to year 2, and we had great feedback. And so what we did is we tried to make that easier for nonprofits to get their pages built. And I should have said this. This is a one-stop shop, right?
It's a hub. It's a hub.
Think of a technology hub. Think about almost an approach like Amazon. We talked about this last year, where a donor can go and learn and explore and see you guys like JA's page and understand what their mission is about. He or she, they can pick 4 or 5 charities like, I did not know about that. I'm supporting
Right.
today. And they check out one time.
Right.
Right? So I made 5 gifts and I checked out one time. Well, the technology that we've brought to the table allows those nonprofits to do that. So the nonprofits have been in registration mode.
Okay.
We have over 200 participating nonprofits this year who have agreed and signed up. So 200 nonprofits across the 10 parish region will all collectively be raising money towards their mission on November 30th.
So how does a nonprofit get tethered to you guys or sign up?
Yeah, I mean, we have great promoters like United Way and the Wilson Foundation and Lano and all these groups that help spread the word, other nonprofits encouraging other nonprofits to participate. So we spread that information out. They go and create their own fundraising page at 225gives.org. They put together their message and their mission. What'll happen when their pages go live in 1 week?
So 1 week.
1 week starts the early giving period. We're going to have 2 weeks of where they can get a head start on the 24 hours of giving.
Okay.
So really early giving is November 15th through the 29th. And the 29th at 11:59, we go fully live at midnight on the 30th. The 30th internationally is known as Giving Tuesday.
Okay.
So think about Black Friday.
Okay.
After Thanksgiving, think about Cyber Monday. Well, internationally, this is the day to support
So this
charities
is
and
a
nonprofits.
thing.
It's
This
a
is a
thing
thing now.
worldwide.
Okay.
It's a big thing.
Right, JA, other groups have been participating in Giving Tuesdays for years, kicking you into the holiday season. We've just tried to bring technology to the table and bring some funds and support that lets these nonprofits have an easier way to expose their mission on that day.
Well, this sounds like a great segue to
Yeah.
one of the charities that are non-for-profits that is working with you. One of my favorite organizations,
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Junior Achievement Baton Rouge. Talk to me about what's going on for you guys in 225 Gives.
Well, this is a big year for junior achievement and for junior achievement students. I mean, we're just coming out of on the back end of COVID.
Right.
It's been incredibly disruptive to our classrooms, but junior achievement, we really bring mentors into the classroom and kind of help bridge the gap with some real world skills. So business, career, personal finance, and also for the younger kids, it's a way to kind of help them get their math skills back on track and practice some of the social studies concepts. We have an incredible expansion partnership with the East Baton Rouge Parish School System and the Dr. Narcisse this year. He's asked us to bring mentors into nearly 50 elementary schools. So we've really challenged ourselves. We need a lot more mentors to fill those classrooms.
Well, you're just touching on what I was
Awesome.
going to ask. So I would imagine that a part of this hub is clearly giving, but
Yes.
there will also be information on, okay, you can give, but maybe giving is not just monetarily giving. Maybe giving is volunteering, and there will be a way of getting information about that too, right?
Absolutely. And in that page that we've built for our organizations, you can talk about current mentor opportunities. You can talk about events that you're having. You can share testimonials and stories so that people can see the impact that they make.
And so for those who don't know, what is the mission of Junior Achievement?
Our mission is really to help young people build skills that are going to help them create economic success.
Like being criminal defense attorneys,
Exactly.
future criminal defense attorneys,
Exactly.
or prosecutors.
Or just to have a plan after school,
Right.
whether they're going to college or into the career. They
Did
need a
you know
plan.
what you wanted to do when you graduated?
I did not.
I had no clue.
I still don't know what I want to do.
Well, I was going to say you strike me as someone that was going to say this.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys have y'all are part of 225 Gives.
We are.
What can I expect to see from you guys in terms of when that site goes hot live? what are my opportunities to again, just to reemphasize, what are my opportunities to get involved?
Great opportunities to sign up to mentor in one of the elementary schools that we're still going to have in the spring. And we provide all the materials and the training. We make it super easy, and you're going to love going in there and seeing those kiddos.
I love it.
And then we are also kicking off a women-led Teen Girls Initiative.
Okay.
And so we've got our first event next week with 350 teens from high schools around Baton Rouge. And we've got mentors. 250 women have already signed up to mentor in this project. So we're super excited. We're going to do another one in January.
So if you're a woman, you want to mentor,
Yes.
you'll also be able to have an opportunity to sign up for this.
Absolutely.
You know what, Brian? You and I need to mentor
Yes.
through
listen.
Junior Achievement. Not with the
Realize
women's
how
one.
dangerous that is, though.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Infecting younger minds with.
I'm not
the
infecting
stuff that
anything,
you and
man.
I talk about. You're there for the segments on Wednesday. You
I
know where
represent a
this
lot
is
of
headed.
juveniles, man. I want to keep those kids out of the juvenile justice system. I want to get them like future coders of the world. I want them doing like top level. I need people to take care of me later in life.
There's a lot of teenagers who are very interested in becoming attorneys and going to law school.
So I had a kid. I have a kid. He's my son. He was interested in coding, and then shout out to Code Ninjas BR. And then he had an incident where he may have bit one of the senseis, and so he is no longer in coding. So yes, I would love. I'm volunteering now. I would love to talk about being a lawyer. I love talking about being a lawyer. I fell backwards into being a lawyer, and specifically into my area of law. I did not plan on being a lawyer. There are people that all their lives they want to be. I mean, can you imagine how deprived my clients would be if I had never gone to law school, Brian Haldane? I mean, think about like the gift that I am to my clients, to the legal system, to the justice system. Think about how different it would be. That's like a Christmas Carol like episode. What would happen if Franz hadn't been? No, not Christmas Carol. It's a Wonderful Life.
It's been a while since I've complimented you on how hard you're working.
Humble
humility. Yes.
Yeah, humility.
Yeah.
Humility is just it's just oozing.
Is it not humility if it's true? I'm just joking. So look, back to the conversation. I did not think I was going to go to law school. In fact, I originally wanted to be a teacher. And I got, for those who already know the story, I got offered a gig at my former high school. I was going to be teaching 18-year-olds as a 21-year-old.
Wow.
At Catholic High.
Yeah.
I was going to be teaching senior English and Latin. And I had what can only be described as a panic attack moment. I went to work for Best Buy instead for 2 weeks, and I realized maybe Best Buy is not for me either. And on a whim, I took the LSAT and went to law school. I never thought I was going to be a lawyer. I still thought, hey, I'll do something else. Law school's a great place to maybe meet some people. There's cute girls there. I'll get the degree, and then, I don't know. Yeah, lawyer for like 16 years now. How about that?
Well,
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be a lawyer.
Well, you do.
Now I'm a fundraiser.
But, okay,
It's
so let me ask you
perfect
this. Let me ask you this. I want your perspective. What is it like for you to be working with 225 Gives in terms of how that is helping you leverage the mission of Junior Achievement Baton Rouge?
Just in general, I think it's a great time to connect donors with our mission. And I know, a lot of other fundraisers feel the same way. 225 Gives is just an umbrella that we learn about each other as well. It's great I work in education, but there are a lot of other great nonprofits, and to learn about their missions or meet other fundraisers, and to kind of have that umbrella where Giving Tuesday is not just something that's happening elsewhere, but happening in our community. It's an incredible opportunity to connect people.
So one more time, if I want to give on Giving Tuesday, what do I need to do, guys? One more time.
Well, there's two ways, right? So you're going to have nonprofits that are going to reach out to you directly that you've supported, right?
Right.
And they're going to share a dedicated link that takes you to their specific page. However, when you're on that specific page, you can still search around. If you are just a community member who's like, I want to learn, I want to give, that day I'm going to carve out some of, as I go into the holiday season, this is a chance for me to go and find out what's going on in my community. You just go to 225gives.org. You can search the 200 nonprofits by what they do, where they're located. There's all kinds of filters that are in there. And each one of those pages have different information. So like what she talked about JA, right? Well, every page is going to have their information. Every nonprofit's been putting that together. They've been working hard on their strategy. So you're going to receive information if you've given to a nonprofit that's participating, or you can go directly to that website.
And so the other part of this is I do fall into the category of I am better at raising money for people than giving. Not because I'm cheap, not because I don't have a ton of money. But look, I'm not the guy that's at the cancer ball, the best dressed ball. I was at best dressed ball. You were at best
I was
dressed
not
ball.
this year.
I thought you were.
I was out of town. Great event.
I was dressed pretty darn good.
I love it.
There was somebody that donated, a business that donated $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
What a wonderful thing. I'm not that guy. I can't give that kind of money. I mean, if you get $50 out of me, that's a pretty big achievement. I can fundraise. I don't mind connecting people with each other. So for me, I like having opportunities, especially if it's a charity that I love their mission, and I think they could use assistance. You know, I mean, what could junior team at Baton Rouge do with an extra $2 million?
With an extra $2 million, we can expand our programs
Yeah.
to serve more students. I mean, we're really only serving about 8%
Right.
of the students
Right.
in East
I want to
Atlas
help,
Parish.
and it's nothing. And look, you know, I love cancer charity fundraising.
Sure.
I'm Mary Bird Perkins, Susan G. Komen, American Cancer Society. I get to the point though where I'm like, okay, is this really the best place I can be spending? I mean, I can be an ambassador for those volunteer charities, but I want to also help the ones that I think need. Not that you need extra help, but I want to help those charity organizations with awareness, with promotion, because I want other people to see the value in what they're doing. We already know the value of what you're doing, and we know the value of what you're doing too, Ethan.
Sure. Let me say this, Franz. Like I think it's important to recognize that as those 200 nonprofits come in all sizes.
Yeah, right.
And all missions.
That's what I
and
was
that's
trying
what's
to say.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And we are also our skin in the game, right? With all of our corporate partners and all of the local foundations that we talked about. United Way is the host. We've also generated a sum of money in what's called the Challenge Fund.
That's what I was hoping
All
to
right?
talk about.
So the Challenge Fund is going to provide over $150,000 in monetary prizes, and probably upwards, because it's still counting. We are still raising money. There'll probably be another $300,000 that we'll distribute
No big deal.
based on the results. So there's approximately $500,000 at work in addition to what these nonprofits are raising that provide further incentive for them to use this day as a
Right.
catalyst or a boost. Now, we did tons of intensive trainings with all of our nonprofits. We educated them. And what we really talked about was like this day should be a starting point.
Okay.
This is not a day that solves every one of our nonprofits' issues through the year. It should be used as a catalyst or a boost. And we're trying to put those resources behind to help as much as possible.
Awesome. Well, you've been listening to Michelle Carbo with Junior Achievement, Baton Rouge, Ethan Bush with 225 Gives. You guys are always welcome to come on whenever you want. You okay, Brian? You okay, Brian? Yeah. You look like you don't feel good. You okay?
I'm good, but thank you.
Okay, I was just worried about you.
No.
I'm super excited.
I'm glad to know how bad I look.
Well, I mean, maybe you need to go see Dr. G. She can fix you.
I'm golden, man.
I know.
I
So
like
I'm
that-
super
I like that
excited.
Connect back. Yeah.
So I'm super excited. Tonight, I'm going to boot up LSU season opener, LSU men's basketball. I'm going to be taking my 6-year-old. I'm super excited about that.
Coach Mulkey set the bar high. LSU women win by 42 today.
That was the
I'm
final?
getting
Yeah,
my
wow.
82 to 40.
I'm getting my season tickets to women's basketball. I have to close of this show. And then one of the biggest things I'm most excited about and grateful for is you're a fraternity guy. You were in a fraternity. When you
I
were-
was, yeah.
Okay, which
long
fraternity
time
were you
ago.
in?
I was a KA.
All right, so I have been offered membership, postgraduate
Yeah.
membership in Pike.
Yeah.
I do a lot of volunteer work, legal work, volunteer work with the different fraternities, and they just were like, "Hey, would you like to be a member of our fraternity?" And I was like, "It's a little late, right?" No, we can give you full membership. I took my exam, my Pike exam, and I passed.
Yay.
It
Congratulations.
was not 100. I missed one of the trick questions, but so it looks like Franzi's going to be a frat guy come next couple of weeks. So I get my pin,
Get
a member
initiated,
pin,
become a full member.
Yeah, I'm some of my family's like, I don't understand this, and I'm like, I enjoy fellowship. Part of the reason I do a radio show, part of the reason I like connecting is I like
Sure.
the best parts about fraternities, and one of the reasons I volunteer with the different fraternities, whether it's KA, whether it's any of them, is because I want the positive things to be the focal point, right? Not all the negative stuff. So shout out to my fellas. I've got a pledge name, by the way, Brian. You know what my pledge name is?
Of course you do.
Oh, I already know.
Saul.
Yeah.
Saul.
It's all good, man.
Better Call Saul.
Better
Yeah.
Call Saul.
Yeah, of course I have a pledge name. Come on. I'm like, dude, I'm milking this for everything it's worth. I asked the alumni advisor, I was like, when do I get my pledge pin? He goes, well, dude, we're not really
You're an
Yeah,
adult.
You're an adult.
You're
about
a professional.
To you're about to I was like, no, I need a pledge pin on my lapel. And he goes, well, you're going to get a new member pin. And I said, no. I need the whole. I mean, I want the paddle. And he's like, we don't really do paddles anymore.
So you know about risk management?
Yeah, I know.
You know about liability?
I do get a party mug. One of my sorority alumni friends is from DG. Shout out to DG. Is making me a Franz party mug for Pike. Dude,
You're all in.
Out of control. So the facial expressions that you cannot see because Brian's not on camera right now, it's about sums it up. Speaking at last minute, real quick, am I going to get this weight loss belt or what?
It's on order.
It's been on order for
I
like
know,
6 months,
I know.
partner.
I've been told 3 weeks, but that was last week.
So
Last
2 more
Friday.
weeks.
Last Friday, I was told 3 weeks. So 2 weeks from this Friday.
So I need the belt so that we can reinitiate a new weight loss challenge. Stay tuned.
You do.
New challenge coming as soon as I get the belt. I've seen the mock-up for the belt. This is the Fat Boy 50 weight loss belt.
So the silhouette that's in the middle is not Fat Franz; it's today's Franz, or a month ago, whatever.
I like it. I like it. So it's heavier Franz than this Franz. Yeah.
I don't know. You're about the same.
Ooh.
No. It's after the it's post challenge Franz.
You cut deep, Brian Haldane. We're gonna. On that note, we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
I am in the works for those who are listening. I'm in the works for doing a South Downs episode. There's some South Down events coming up, as well as we've got White Light Night. So stay tuned. Episode 98. Calling it quits today, and I will be back next week. You guys did great, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna really hook you up with the classroom. You can come talk to the kids.
I think that's a great idea.
I think Ethan will tell you any opportunity to take pictures of myself doing stuff.
He loves it.
Is
He loves it, Michelle.
although
Probably.
I will say, bye guys.